You can't do what now?
I have like the samurai bun.
I said I
Where it's
can't do
just-
a
bun.
bun right now, or it looks a little piddly. Like his looks sex, like it's awesome. I can't do that. Actually, it looks like a little rat tail if I put it up right now.
That's
It just
what mine
sticks
looks
straight
like.
outward.
That's what
Yes.
mine looks like right now too. But
It's
that's okay.
kind of stupid. I hate it a lot. Like, I love the hairdresser we went to. Like, she's done Ariel and Phyllis's hair forever, but I've been to her twice, and the last time I went over to her, really like 3 years ago, and she goes, "Have you had your hair cut since you last saw me?" And I said, "No."
No.
And she goes, "Okay." Like, so that's why it went down to like such a short length, because it was
Stooge.
like below my shoulder blades.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever.
That's because
does
it's
feel like
probably the case.
How long has it been since I've seen your faces?
A good amount of time.
Like at least a month, yeah.
Several weeks, yeah. What y'all been up to?
Chilling.
Work.
Hayden, you did more than chill.
Yeah, no, I moved.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did the opposite of chill for like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt
Did a
bad I
lot of
had to
work.
leave that day, but it was like, I gotta go. But I assume you got it all done because there you are.
Yep, here I is.
What you been doing, Jason?
So Ariel and I have been talking about a whole bunch of upgrades we wanted to make to our house. And we've known pretty much all of this since we bought the house. So we bought it in 21. Immediately we put a new roof on it because we knew that was needing to be done. But now we're trying to get like new garage doors, a new front door. She wants to paint the shutters and the new door. We're changing from a wood door to a steel door,
Nice.
so that way it's like less susceptible to the elements and all that. We're gonna put in a fence for Bunko.
Buckle gonna have a
Is-
yard.
Right now, all he does is tear up my carpet running around.
Yeah, we'll have to get you a poop scoop person. Yeah.
Don't think so.
Well, until you realize
No.
how many bombs 2 dogs make.
When the lawn guy comes, that usually takes care of it. No, I don't. It's too much, man. Plus, like at this point, especially when the fence is in, I just take it and like fling it into my neighbor's yard or something.
Ooh, nasty.
No, I wouldn't do that, but
That's rude.
I don't even know what to do with it.
So Athena has a fence now too, huh?
Athena does have a fence, and she loves
Heck
it.
yeah.
She digs that, huh?
Yeah. She just goes out there and lays.
That's what my dogs do. They go out and lay by the pool and they're just like, oh, this is the life.
Well, dude, Bronco's insane. Like he's like 9 or 10 months old or something at this point, and he just runs. He just runs. And like when we go outside in the front yard, I have to have him on the leash, right? Or else he'll run into traffic because we live right on a busy road. Well, he runs, and I just do this with the leash and just let him run in circles around me. That boy books it for like, I don't know, 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So we Cheyenne's been out in the back like tanning every now and again, every few days, because it's been overly sunny and hot as fuck here.
Yes.
And I've been out there with the hose, and I'll like spray Athena.
Oh, I'm gonna tell your wife.
like with the mist, and I put it on like not the jet setting, but it's like a shower, but like straight out the middle. And I was doing it at her feet, and she was like playing with it, and then she started doing that like chomping thing.
Yeah.
Great. I always love that.
My dogs, oddly enough, as golden retrievers, do not like the water. Which is good because I don't want to deal with wet, hairy dog all
Well,
summer.
super long furred dogs, like it just lingers, and the wet dogs
They're just wet forever. Yeah.
And then they want to lay on your couches and stuff while they're
No,
wet. Yeah.
they have to stay outside till they dry off. They got baths this weekend. They were none too happy, but they smell a whole lot better.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you said that because I've had to bathe Bronco like 3 times in the last 2 weeks because this boy was having such a digestional issue.
Oh.
And so he stays in the kennel while we're at work, and he's been having these issues while we're gone.
Oh.
It's been kind of rough. We've had people like come check on him.
And they call you on the phone. Yeah, he's got poop cake to him.
Yeah, so we've had people like have him stay at their house for, if we're going to be gone for an extended time or whatever. But he's just having such a hard time, and we determined, and it's the one thing we cut out, and things have changed. Milk-bone. Like,
Oh, it
I,
gives
The
him the
treat.
poo-poos?
so can you nix that? So it was the treats we were giving him, the dog biscuits. I don't know what it is, but Mags couldn't handle them either. Mags is allergic to beef
Right.
specifically, and so we did away with milk bones and anything beef flavored. But with Bronco, he was dealing with it just fine up until very recently, and yeah, he's been like duking all over himself.
Now
He's been,
he has empathy gut issues.
I guess, yeah, he's been throwing up all over the place. So this boy's been covered like several days, and I've had to like, ugh.
Nasty.
Yeah, it's not good. But since we cut out those treats, he hasn't had any more issues, so that's good.
Oh, that's
When
good. What?
Okay, Ariel thinks this is funny too. I call it making ice cream.
Gross.
Yeah, because it comes out like liquid,
Yeah. Okay.
Ew.
That's
Looks
disgusting.
like chocolate soft serve.
I'll tell you what I've been up to
Ew.
after the intro music.
Get ready for unfiltered banter, laughs, and a barrel of fun. This is Monkeys Unfiltered.
All right. So what I've been up to? Does anybody know what I've been up to?
Nothing.
Traveling.
I went hunting for Nessie. I went to the Loch Ness.
Well, didn't you see like a seal or something?
I did. So actually,
That's actually what Nessie is a seal.
Yeah. I mean, that seal was huge, and he had teeth, and it was pretty scary looking.
Did he have
So,
a big long neck?
Well, he had a big, long, stupid body, for sure. But so part of my job is with one of my clients, I do her group management, which affords me the ability to go on some very cool trips.
Mhm.
And everybody always goes, "Oh, must be nice. I want your job." Until you go with me on one of these trips, and then you realize it's a lot of freaking work. And no, you don't want my job. But I will say this trip was not too bad. But we were in Scotland for 10 days. We started and finished in Edinburgh. And I'm sorry, Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Edinburgh. Don't get it twisted. And we went all up in the Highlands chasing the hairy coos. And if you don't know what a hairy coo is, don't get
should.
that twisted either.
Yeah. That we
It's-
left that in the 70s.
Yeah, it's those long-haired Highland cows who actually are very social, love people. And so if they see humans, they like run to the fence.
Tina, you fat lard, come
Yeah.
get some dinner.
We did 4 castles, 4 distilleries, 6 cities, 2 buses, some other stuff.
At least one cathedral.
We went to St. Andrew's Cathedral, and it was
I'll bet.
phenomenal.
It's awesome.
And I have to say, and I think Hayden, I told you this, we also went to St. Andrew's Golf Course. We went to the old course. Yeah, not impressed. Like, it's ugly.
It's a giant
But-
hill with a bunch of old ass walls.
Well, it's not even that. It's ugly. The grass is brown. There's just no like. But I mean, I guess when you look at it on TV, nothing is ever what you think it is. When you see it in person, you just kind of go, "Oh, that's it." But I think it was more the history of the golf and whatever. But I did learn that the little
I
bridge,
mean,
that
like
they-
where it was invented.
right. But I did learn that the little bridge there on the course, I think it's the 17th hole where they get their picture made after, if they win, has been there since like the mid 1500s. It predates the golf course. They shored in the little water thing around it to make it function as part of the course, but they think it was put there by sheep herders way back when so they could get their little sheep over the little water stream. But speaking of sheep herders and dogs running in circles, we now know that Finn is actually a Highland sheep herder. let me tell you what. Watching that guy work those dogs with those sheep was incredible.
Oh, when they like nip at their ankles.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. And he would just
Yeah.
tell him, get down. And the dog would like go down and like army crawl behind him. And he would give them different whistles or different hand signals. And the dog knew to divide the sheep, bring the sheep back together. He ran the sheep through these obstacles in a figure eight. And then he ran them into the stall. And then he ran them out. It was a she dog. But the
Naturally.
younger one that he was training
Barking
was a
out
male
orders.
dog. Huh?
I said naturally barking out orders.
Right. But the younger one that he was training was about 10 months old, looks exactly like Finn, except black. Same face, eyeliner, little nose, freckles, whole 9 yards. I'm like, oh my God, it's Finn, like in the Pepper version. But he's in training, right? Yeah, he ain't listened so well.
Uh-huh.
He was good at the army
you know a
crawling.
little something about that.
Yeah, he was good at the army crawling, and he could divide them and bring them back together and stuff. But like the way he wanted to do it, not the way the sheep herder wanted him to do it. So he got in trouble. He had to run laps, and so he was just running. You know, like back. Remember Hayden, like back when you played baseball, right?
You didn't run correctly. Your punishment is running.
Right. Yeah, well, you know how like a baseball at the end, coach would, let's do 15 laps, you know. So yeah, he had to run, and he'd want to stop, and the sheep herder would yell at him, and he would just keep going. I was like,
That's
oh my
crazy.
gosh. But it was awesome. I will say this: I will definitely go back to Edinburgh. I don't know that out of all the places we visited, Glasgow was probably my least favorite. Not because it was an uncool place, because it's very culturally.
Scottish.
It's very culturally diverse. It's different from every other place we visited. It has more of an industrial kind of edge to it, but it is like their cultural center. So it was not as laid back, I guess. But I don't know. It was a good trip. So.
How many times did you come across somebody and go, I don't know what the hell they just said to me?
Oh my gosh. You go into a pub, right? And you don't just like go to restaurants. You go to pubs and you eat pub food and you drink beer, right?
Right.
So you go in.
Guinness.
No, Tenet.
Huh.
Yeah. So Tenet is the number 2 selling requested.
Guinness is in Ireland.
Yeah.
Tenet is the second most requested or second top selling beverage in all of Scotland. Second only to not Coke, which is what all the
Pepsi?
Americans guessed. No, they have a national soda called Imbrew, which is like a super sweet orange soda. And that's the number 1 selling.
I've heard of that, I think.
Yeah. Well, and they don't call them soda, they call them fizzy drink.
Mhm.
And
They have lots of funny words for.
oh yeah, so if you're gonna go out and tie one on, you're banking a pisser.
Well, that's
So-
like, what do you wear on the bottom half of your person? Like when you go out,
Knickers.
they're long and they
Knickers.
cover you. No, they're long and they cover your legs.
Yeah, they're pants.
Yeah. No, in Britain, pants are your underwear.
Yeah. Your outer pants are trousers or breeches.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, when I was a kid, breeches were your underpants.
A fanny is the front.
Yep. But you remember that song that came out, I Get Knocked Down Again, or I Get Knocked Down and I Get Up Again, and the girls in the background going, pissing the night away? Pissing the night
They're
away.
just drinking.
I used to think to myself, what the hell? There's a song about urinating? No, she's talking about getting drunk, like being drunk. Yeah, because they call it raising a pisser. I'm like, great. You know?
Do you know what it means to take the piss?
No.
It's just joking.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of we this and we that. I can tell you that.
Do you know what a jumper is?
It's a sweater.
It is a sweater. Nice.
And your boot is the trunk of your car.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
The bonnet is the hood.
Is the hood, and a fag is a cigarette.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's calm down.
Bobby is a policeman.
Is the
and a
coppers.
lorry is a truck.
A lorry. So whenever we did brewery tours, and she was like, "Yeah, we'll put them in a van or in a lorry." The one girl's like, "What is a lorry?" And she's trying to explain it to her. She goes, "You know, like the truck with the long trailer." I'm like, "A semi." And she goes, "Oh, why didn't she just say that?" I said, "Because they don't call them.
Because it's a lorry. Like, what do you
call
mean?
them a lorry."
It's a
So
loaded
why-
truck.
Why doesn't everybody America? Damn it!
Some of the words they use, though, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's a
The
little
American
silly
version
sometimes.
is much simpler
So-
and more to the point.
So me and Josh have been over this a few times. We have started saying some words like related around F1.
I
in
knew
very,
it.
Very British ways because they're British commentators.
Right.
So like garage
Garage.
instead of garage.
Yeah, your garage.
I have to make myself say garage. Like I think about it before I say
Yeah.
it. And then there's a team. They're a French-based team. Their spelling is the exact same as like alpine, like the landscape with like the pine trees and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's pronounced alpine, and I
Mhm.
can't not say alpine now.
People just look at you like you're taking the piss.
You're kind of a ship. You're kind of a ship.
It's so funny.
I also
garage.
learned which makes. So if I'm going to indulge in an adult beverage, it's either a beer or a bourbon whiskey.
Mm.
I learned the difference between a bourbon whiskey and a Scotch whiskey on this trip.
What is the difference?
So-
Enlighten our listeners
Right.
and
So
me.
Scotch ages in the barrel for a minimum of 3 years. Bourbon ages for a minimum of 10. So from the time it goes through production and maturation and all that stuff and gets put in the cask, which is just a big wooden barrel, for it to be Scotch, it has to sit in that wooden barrel for 3 years. And it can sit longer, but for it to
Until
be bourbon,
10 years.
yeah. Well, no,
It's
it still
bourbon.
stays Scotch at that point because it was intended to be Scotch. Like you and then on a bottle, like you have Macallan's 11, Macallan 18, Macallan 25. That's how many years it sat in the barrel. And there are
It's really
different
cool.
barrels for Scotch than there are for bourbon. Yeah. I learned a lot of really cool stuff. Not that I'm a huge drinker, so it's like whatever.
What was that called? Glenfiddich?
Glenfiddich. We went to so they are part of the Chavez brothers, and we went to their sister distillery. You could see Glenfiddich over they don't call it a river, they call it a lock, not a lock. They call it the lock is like a lake. The river is, I forget. Wait, it'll come to me. Something else with an L, but anyhow, it's right across the thing. And so we saw their domers.
Let's figure it out.
Domers.
Yeah, what do you call a small river or stream in Scotland?
No, I don't know.
He's looking it up.
Oh.
So a loch is a lake, and it's called something because it, like if it's a city next to the river, it'll be that word and then the city.
In Scotland, a small river often referred to as a burn.
Okay, what would be next after that? Because it wasn't burn. We did learn about burns, though.
Cowchan.
No.
And there's just some Gaelic words.
Oh, yeah. So there's Gaelic and Gallic, in case you didn't know. What do you call a stream?
I didn't know there was a difference.
There is. I didn't know it either. What do you call a stream? What do you call a stream?
A burn.
Stop. Really?
Yeah.
No, there's another word.
Well, because like I know kind of what you're talking about. How like
Yeah.
they'll have the town name upon Thames or
Mhm.
whatever like that because it's on the Thames River.
Right, and I just can't think of what that word is.
Like Luton
Spire.
upon Thames.
Spire. It's a spire.
Spire.
I think that's what it is.
Spire's like a big tower.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's spelled differently.
Hello.
Is that right, Hayden?
I don't know.
Are you gonna like be on the computer? Hey, sweet. He's over here like piddle paddling his paws. He's like, I'm on the computer. I type documents.
I typed on a pewter.
It just says a tall pointed structure on top of a roof or tower.
Oh, maybe that's not it then. The Scots have many words for water courses. Lallans, water. A small river, water. Oh, Leith. Leith. Leith.
There you go.
Leaf.
Because the last distillery we went to was the distillery on Leith.
Well, that would have been
Habitational
your
name
answer,
for the
wouldn't it?
port near Edinburgh.
Yep.
which takes its name from the river at whose mouth it stands. It's because the river's name is that. That's why.
The town's name is also that.
Well, right, but the way they do it is it's whatever the town's name upon the river, and that's the river's name.
Yeah.
It's not that all rivers are called that.
Oh.
So speaking of all this United
It's the
Kingdom
river
stuff,
leaf.
I finally finished the latest season of Black Mirror.
Oh, I don't watch that. What's that about?
It's pretty much all like British.
It's like every episode is its own.
It's
little
an
mini
anthology.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
the one where it was like something one time about pigs?
It's
and-
yes.
Yeah.
It's really dark and like spooky or crazy scenarios.
Yeah.
I think it's like the first episode, right? Or the first like
That
one
is
of
the
first
very first
four.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pigs.
They
It's the
kidnap
politician.
Yeah.
They kidnap the princess and force the prime minister to, on live TV,
Yes.
have sex with a pig.
Yes.
Yeah. Nearly all of the episodes from this most recent seasons were terrible. Or this most recent season were terrible. There was one particular good one that had to deal with memories. I thought that was awesome.
Is that the Wyatt Russell one? Oh, you're
what?
talking about the newest season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really like most of them last season either. Like they do a lot of like features, so like they get big names to come on, but I don't think any of them really fit. It just like I know you from somewhere else, so I don't believe you in this role. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
that's the
they're-
job of an actor, but like when I can say like I'm thinking of you more as this other
Right.
thing you were, then you're not. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
that
they
just
had
means
Miley
you did that role really
Cyrus.
well.
They had Anthony Mackie.
Bryce Dallas Jenkins.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the woman's name. Anyway, yeah, there's been so many features. But yeah, if I'm like more thinking like Sadiq from The Walking Dead was on there, and I'm like, you're just Sadiq, man. I don't know. I can't think of you of whoever you're trying to be here.
Hey, can I bitch about something for a minute?
You can do whatever you want. It's a free world, free country.
But it's not my episode to host, right?
I'll allow it.
So for the backstory, we were set to record before I went to Scotland and it just didn't work out. So now we're catching up, right? And the day before I left, I went to Walmart for like some last minute stuff.
And you've held on to this for a really long time.
Oh, I was so like I was so upset on so many levels about so many different aspects of this story. But so we're going through Walmart, right? And we're just picking up stuff. And I hate to go to Walmart. So when I go, it's a big roll, right? I'm getting everything I need for the next 47 days. But I like to go to self-checkout for a couple of reasons. I don't want somebody handling all my stuff and judging me for what I'm buying. Because let's face it, cashier judges you for what's in your cart. And I ain't about to be judged today, right? And I do it faster. I know how I want my bags packed. I don't want to, get home and there just be, a stick of deodorant and some toothpaste and it's needed a whole plastic bag. No. Cram all the stuff in that bag you can get.
None for
So
that.
I just like to do self-checkout. I am acutely aware that self-checkout is on a camera system and there's a little camera there watching everything go over the little bleeper and recording your face at the same time. 2 different cameras, right? An overhead and a head-on. I got no problem with that either. So I'm scanning. I had a lot of like little stuff too. And I'll hold 2 or 3 things in one hand and take from one and scan, put in the bag, take, scan, put in the bag. And then I grab some, So I'm like halfway through my order and the belt stops and the screen locks up. And I'm like, what the heck? And the, red light comes on. And the little guy manning the area, I don't know, he may have been 20, 22-ish, somewhere in there. Comes over, he's tall, slender, quiet, walks up, he goes, I'm sorry, I just have to check your bag. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he goes through all my bags, counts up everything, looks at the register, and he's like, sorry about that, you're good to go. And he resets the thing. I scan a few more things, it stops again. And he comes over and he's like, I'm sorry, you can't use self-checkout.
What?
What?
You can't use self-checkout?
Yeah.
If you were good the first time, this
Yeah.
isn't strike 2,
Right.
right?
You can't use self-checkout. And I said, oh, I said, well, can you finish? He goes, nope, you have to go to a human manned register and start all over again. I'm like, why?
I don't need none of this. Bye.
Right.
You put it back.
And I said, well, why? And he goes, I really don't know. He said, but once it stops twice, I have to send you. And I'm like, okay. So I put all my bags in my buggy. And you know how like when they pause an order or they park an order, they print out that ticket for you to just take to the next person. So I was like, do I get a ticket? And he's like, no, you have to start again. And I mean, like I have to unload all this stuff? He goes, yeah, you have to start all over again. And I'm like, okay. He says, I need you to go to aisle, whatever the next aisle was. We'll call it 20. Go to aisle 20 because it's the one right next to him. I'm like, okay. I'm irritated, right? Because I'm like, I say to him, you know, I don't want to, I just want to finish my checkout. Like, you've checked my bag. No, I'm like, okay. If I hadn't needed several of the things that were in my buggy for my trip, I probably would have left. So we move over to aisle 20. I did not know that the person manning the register at aisle 20 was, please help me with the politically correct word because I don't want to
A
be
little person.
No, I don't.
Smaller.
No, I don't want to be insensitive, but they,
Slow?
I mean, is that the right word?
I don't know what this
They
person.
have they have a mental
Okay.
deficiency.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see this person, so I don't know how to.
I don't.
Neurodivergent.
Whatever the correct word is, because I certainly do not want to be disrespectful, but I would have just said,
Oi, get a load of this guy. He's mental.
right. I would have just said mentally handicapped, but for some reason I think you're not allowed to say that anymore. So I don't know.
Who knows what you can say anymore?
Anyhow, he was challenged, right?
Sure.
And that's fine. It's great that you're working Walmart, whatever. But he just becomes a little unhinged because I've gotten in his line. Because my light is off. And I'm like, I understand your light is off.
Told to come.
I was sent here. I just, you know, this was before I realized that he had some challenges. So I feel like he's being combative with me and I want to jump back, but it's like, don't, you're in Walmart. Not that important. And I'm like, just finish what you're doing there and I'll explain when I get to the register. So the guy in between me and whoever is at the register turns around and says, I think he's trying to tell you he's going to be a minute because the girl at the register is having an issue. Something was wrong. They couldn't get her card to work or what. I don't really know what the deal was. And I said, oh, great. Thank you. I said, however, I was sent here from there to here. I said, and so I don't want to not be here. I think they think that I might have been trying to pull a fast one. So I'm trying to follow all the rules now because I wasn't doing anything wrong. And I don't want it to appear like I am. And he goes, well, you could just go to the other self-checkout. And I'm like, not going to do that. I'm going to stand here in the line like I was asked to do, right? So all of a sudden, whatever's going on up there clears out. We move on through, and that's when we get up to the counter, and I realize, okay, this gentleman is challenged. I'm commending myself. Thank goodness you kept your cool and weren't a total asshole to this guy. So he's like, where's your ticket? I'm like, I don't have a ticket. He goes, why don't you have a ticket? And I'm like, please, just check my stuff.
Things have to be a certain way.
Right?
We have rules and regulations for a reason, damn it.
So I'm putting my stuff up on the counter, and and I'm hearing myself in my head talk to the guy in between, and I'm realizing I got kicked out of self-checkout because they think I was trying to rip them off for like a $3 tube of lip balm or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm upset. I want to know why my belt stopped twice. I want to know what happened. So I get all checked out, pay. Now, mind you, my bill was several $100s, and I pay like, if I was trying to steal something, it certainly would have been a $3 tube of lip balm or whatever it was. So I go back to the kid who originally sent me over there, and I said, listen, I said, I know, you don't have any control over this or whatever. I said, and I want you to know, I appreciate, that you were very professional and discreet about it. I said, but do you know, like, what the issue was? And he says, I really don't. He said, they don't give us enough training on when things go wrong here. He says, I always feel handicapped when this happens because I don't know how to answer somebody's questions. I don't feel like I have the right information. And I said, well, I appreciate, your transparency. I'll just go to customer service. So I go to customer service and I'm like, I need to speak to the manager on duty. And the girl's like, I can get you a team lead. And I'm like, did I ask for a team lead? Well, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get, a team lead. I'm like, I want to speak to the manager on duty. And in Walmart, they put the photo of the person who's the manager on duty. I'm like, that
guy.
That person there, it was a female. I said, that person there, I want to talk to her. She's not here. Well, why does it say she's the manager on duty? Well, if we have an issue, we call her. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what.
Do that.
I would like to talk to the highest paid person who is currently in the store. Can you do that?
I can get you a team lead.
Right. So she's like,
that's actually our janitor. She's been here like 25 years.
Right. So she says, well, I've already called the team lead there, whatever her name was, Letitia. Letitia can get Jennifer for you. And I'm like, okay, fine. So
it's a good thing you need a team lead in order to contact the manager. Like, good Lord.
So I start explaining to Letitia. I'm like, Letitia, I said, first of all, I want to be really clear that whatever the kid's name was, very professional. I don't have a problem with him. I said, but I have a couple questions about what happened. She immediately becomes defensive. Well, we have to have top security and this and that and the other thing and theft. And I'm like, okay, stop, Letitia. Because now you are doing what I feel like that machine did to me. You're judging me. You think I'm a thief. You have no proof. The machine stopped. I got kicked out of line. Now you're becoming aggressive and defensive because I have a couple of questions. And I'm the one who has been targeted or somewhat accused of something. And in this country, I have a right to ask questions about that. Well, you just need to, and I'm like, no, Letitia, can you get Jennifer, please?
I'm so sorry. Get the white lady.
See how I didn't specify that the kid at the checkout line was black and Letitia was black, but thank you for that.
Yeah, you can put that on me. I just thought it was funny to say that.
Yeah,
I did not know if it was true. I mean, inferences can be made, okay? I just thought it was funny.
Well, let me be clear.
I make apologies for that statement.
So let me be clear. Letitia was not actually black.
Sure.
But she definitely rolled out of the trailer park.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Anyhow, so I'm like, Letitia, can you please get Jennifer?
You get Jennifer for this Karen over here.
Now, Jennifer comes out Jennifer comes out of the back. Jennifer got on a safety vest, like one of those orange safety vests, like she's been out rounding up carts.
That means she's been using the electric pallet jack.
I'm like, well, you're the highest paid person in the whole store. You got on a security thing. Jennifer lives in the trailer park next to where Letitia lives, I promise you. She has a butt the size of Texas. Like, you can see it around the sides.
All my exes live in her butt?
Right. And I'm like, I'm looking at Don and he's looking at me, and we both at the same time go, this ain't going to go good. So Jennifer comes over, what's your problem?
Whoa.
I'm like, whoa.
Hold on. Can we get like a normal interaction here?
Must be an assistant manager.
Right. I'm like, first of all, I don't have a problem. I have questions. What causes the camera to stop the belt? AI. Those cameras are run by AI. And I said, hold on, Jennifer. That's inaccurate. How do you know? And I said, well, because in this country, AI is not sufficient enough to accuse me of stealing. You can't suspect me of shoplifting because AI, an imperfect science, has said I might be stealing. You can follow me. You can watch me a little closer with your human eye, but you cannot just go on AI saying, hey, she's stealing. Well, that's how we do it. We have to have security at the self-checkout lines. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate, your standpoint. I have a follow-up question. Now here's Jennifer. Yeah, over there. Just move it. Tell her I'll be right there. Yeah, it's okay. I'm almost done. I'm trying to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
She turns back around. She looks at me. She goes, are you done? And I said, oh yeah, Jennifer, we're done. And I leave the store, came home, lodged a formal complaint with corporate. Nobody gives a damn.
No,
but
of course.
I really was fired up to bitch the last time we were supposed to get
and you didn't get to, and then we had to make room.
So now I'm just saying, I hate Walmart. Okay, I
disavow these statements. I don't have anything to do with this.
I mean, seriously.
So, do you want me to give you a little bit of insight into how that system works?
Yes.
at least at my place of employment, because
Right. Because I've never
very
had the belt stop on me at your place of employment.
so it's a very similar setup. It's
Right.
not big like Walmart, but it's big, but not like
Right.
whatever.
It's not in all 50 states, just 35.
No, it's only in like 7.
I don't know. I just picked a number.
So have you ever seen like the people that stand at the self checkout and they
Yeah.
just kind of watch you?
Yeah.
They've got like
they
a
look
little
at that little
device in
machine.
their
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
It'll tell them what you're scanning, and they can see all 6 or 8 or 10. It's usually only 6 things, and they can see the totals go up. And the thing also calls it out loud, like, "Hey, you just added $1.29, $7.15."
Like the
every time
scanner, you
scan
mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the actual scanner itself will call it out. And if they think you're trying to do something, they can go, no. Like they can just hit a button on their thing and it'll
Right.
lock your whole system on you. It doesn't
But-
do it automatically.
But no, Mom's correct to a degree, because this actually happened to me like a week ago. So I was buying some dog food and like a couple of other little items, you know. So I don't get a buggy because I work in the store. So I have the dog food like this on my shoulder, okay?
Like a macho man.
I'm carrying whatever little things, and I have like my cup of water. Like it's just okay. So I get there and I just kind of like put everything down, right? And I have my jacket like on my elbow, okay? So I'm carrying all this stuff, right? And so I scan all the little stuff, put it in the bag, and then I take the bag and I take the little scanner thing out and do the dog food so that I don't have to move it, okay? And I put the little scanner back. I put the bag on top of the dog food and my jacket on top of all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to pull out my wallet, and by the time I turn around, it's frozen over, whatever. And then the replay is going back where I put my jacket on top of the stuff, and it's like,
Don't do that.
okay, I get it. I see where you got there, but like everything is scanned. I don't know what the
Right.
problem is. And sure enough, the person walks over and goes, "It's fine." I'm like, I know.
Right. But here's the thing.
Also, I work here every day. I don't work for you, but I work here every day.
Right.
Ain't doing that.
But here's the thing. AI does not, there's no law. Like, AI is not enough grounds to accuse someone of shoplifting. It has to be verified by a human person. It can be
you can accuse someone of anything
right.
with no grounds at all. I think you can't use that as evidence that you were
Right.
shoplifting.
Right.
But you can use it as like, oh well, this thing thinks like you're shoplifting. If you're not, just let me check your bag real quick. But if you get defensive and shit, then clearly you are.
Right. And
Or you're
when
up
he
to
came
something.
over the first time, I did not get defensive. I'm like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? He goes, no, I just need to check your bags. And I said, oh, okay. And he started counting and he counted everything. And then he counted on the screen. He says, you're good. And I'm like, okay. But then literally it was 2 or 3 items later, it did it again.
Right.
And I'm like, he cleared me. Like, what is your problem? And it just reminded me of, I think I told you that story when we were in IKEA and I picked up that little thing that was like a little cup with a pom-pom flower or something. And I thought it was all one unit.
You had to
You
pay
know,
separate, yeah.
And again, we're buying $1,000 worth of bookcases or whatever. And this little $5 thing that I thought was one unit, when I blipped it, it shut everything down. They knew immediately, like,
And you
nope,
had to
that's
start
2
over.
Right. And that's fine. When she came over and she goes, I just need to rescan you. And I'm like, okay. And so when she hit the item that had not been scanned, she's like, okay, now I have to scan the rest of the buggies. She goes, it's stupid. She goes, I get, I said, oh my God, I thought it was one. She goes, it happens all the time. Not a big, she was very nice about it. And the young man at Walmart that came over, he was nice about it too. And I sort of felt bad for him. And that was really what I was trying to say to Jennifer was like, you put that young man in a situation based on something that AI said, that he came over and validated with his own eyes was inaccurate. And then you put him in a situation. Fortunately, I'm a nice person. You could have got somebody in there. Hey, piss off.
I've seen you go off on a Walmart employee a time or two.
But I haven't in a really long time because I'm trying to be a
I
better
know.
person. But I will stand up for what's right. I said, you have him in a situation where someone who maybe had a temper or had a super bad day could come in there and just bless him up one side and down the other and cause a real scene because he's not armed with enough information to answer questions. And furthermore, your system is stupid.
That doesn't
And
matter to them.
right. And then Jennifer, the highest paid person in Walmart, is collecting buggies and can't even pay attention to someone who's standing there as a shopper who just spent $400 or $500 in their store.
Jennifer got too much to do.
Yeah, Jennifer's important at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
No, but I will always stand up for what I feel like is right. Just like that time, I know Hayden, you didn't like it when we were coming back from New York a couple years ago, and the guy bitched us out for sitting in the restaurant and eating. And I'm like, dude, I just spent $60 in your restaurant. We got it to go because there was nowhere to sit, and now there is. So we're going to sit here and eat, And then just like this morning, I'm outside enjoying my coffee. It's quiet, and right across, we live on the water, so right across the little area there, the kids are on the bank over there fishing. It's like 8:30 in the morning. I don't know why kids were out at 8:30 in the morning. But this other little kid he gets picked on a lot because I can see it all and hear it, right? He's trying to come down and fish too. He's got his fishing pole and stuff. And the bully kid is like, get out of here. Get out of here. You can't fish with us. You smell fun. Just railing on the kid. And the kid's like, look, I'll go over here. And he's like, no, if you're going to fish down here with us, it's $1. You have to pay $1 to fish here. And the kid's like, I don't have $1. And he's like, well, if you can't afford $1, then you can't fish with us. And he's like, I can go home and get $1. The kid was going to go home and get $1, right? And he goes like, we don't want your daddy's money. You have to have your own money. Daddy's money. Just like, and he was being really loud, and then he started using some foul words and cussing the kid out. And so I got up and walked across the pool deck over to the fence, and there's a big bush right there, and you have to really look to see me, right? So I said, hey, knock it off. The bully kid jumps, and he spins around. He's like, who said that? And I said that. And I stepped out from behind the bush.
It's your fucking conscience.
Right. I said,
it's the Lord.
That's what I should have said. God. I stepped out from the bush and I said that. I said, I'm tired of listening to you and your mouth every weekend. You're out here railing on the other kids. You don't own the fishing bank. You stay on your side, lady, and I'll stay on my side. Who are you anyways? I said, I'm the woman about to go get in my car and come around there and throttle you.
Beat you fucking ass.
And I said it just like that. And he kind of looked and I said, go tell your mama that. Within 5 minutes, they were gone and the other kid was back fishing.
That's so insane. Kids are the worst.
So a couple things. But first of all, I just want to...
Wow.
Yeah, right? Look at her back there. Eating her own ass. I just want to say that kind of experience that you had at Walmart is why we can justify our prices being what they are, because you will never experience that shit where I work.
I never get
so much cleaner and nicer. And if anybody knows, you understand.
If you know, you know.
If you do it right, your company has it structured in such a way that you can actually get out of there for cheaper than some of the other places. If you
with all the BOGOs. If you follow the weekly ad, and if you have the app on your phone and you sit there and you clip coupons, you can get out of there with some good. Like this week,
I gotta do that. The lady was telling me that about the app. My own son didn't even tell me I could save money with an app.
I did tell you that.
Did you? Okay.
I gave you my number.
So aggressive.
Oh, that's right. That's how I do that.
And you got your snack.
Yeah, I just put your phone number in.
Yeah, you got to link your number to it.
You bought my wife at the grocery store. Snack.
Shut up.
But no, my store especially, we're right across the street from a high school.
Yeah,
I thought it was fourth graders.
Yeah.
I'm so glad school's out because I want to beat some kids' asses, dude.
Does your store have a cafe, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Or like a little?
Y'all have y'all have the little.
We have a whole upstairs seating area.
Yeah, I've been to one that's like that.
I need to come back your way. We almost stopped in your store that day when we were coming back from the fair, but we had somewhere to be, so I need to come in your store. But here's the thing: at your store, people fall over themselves to just give, like, here, let me help you with that. Here, let me carry that. Here, let me do that. Let me do that. They don't ever go, hey, we think you're ripping us off, so if you could get out of the self-checkout line, that would be great.
Yeah.
Well, I think too it's because they overpay us, but
Do they though? I mean, are you offering to cut your salaries?
Right.
I mean,
no.
Shut your mouth.
No, I mean they don't
Don't
pay
look
us
a gift horse in the
look,
mouth.
they don't pay us enough. That's for damn sure. And as no matter what they say, they don't give a fuck about us like they say they do. But we pay better than Walmart does, and it shows.
right, and they probably give more shits about you than Walmart does their employees.
Well, it's not saying very much, I don't think.
Right, but I'm just saying, even marginally more is better. But now I feel like I've hijacked whoever's episode this is.
Totally have. I mean, we're 45 minutes in and we've not gotten to anything I want to do.
I mean, I have more stuff I want to bitch about, but that really has been on me for like
Sure.
about 3 weeks now.
No, I get it. I'm glad you were able to like unencumber yourself.
Oh my God. I just like, what is wrong with people these days? Because
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know.
more I can bitch about. I bitch about my lawn guy I just fired who told me he cut my grass. So I pay for my lawn care by the month, right? Pay on the first of the month. I'm supposed to get 4 cuts a week.
For a week.
I mean,
No.
for a month, sorry.
Right.
I was like, holy shit.
So the
Let your
first
grass
month,
grow.
first month I hired him, I also got him to do my palm trees, and he missed a cut because his truck blew its engine. Okay, great. So I only got 3 cuts, but I paid for 4, so I'll pay you for 3 for the following month, and I'll get 4, and we'll be
Cut credit.
even. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Doesn't show up the first time. Oh, well, my trailer wheel popped or what? Oh, okay. So I go on the hunt and I find somebody new, and I have him lined up to come on Tuesday. But I'm having this phone conversation while I'm driving home from wherever I had been. I pull in. Here's the
Walmart.
long guy. Right. Here's the long guy. He's cutting my grass. I'm like, oh, okay. Just ignore my text where I just fired you and said I found somebody else because you don't show up. But I said it in a really nice way. Yeah, you got a lot going on. You know, tend to the things in your life. Whatever, your kid's been sick, your truck blew an engine, your tire popped. Whatever. You got stuff. So I said, just ignore it. So I texted the guy back and I'm like, hey, I feel really bad, but I'm going to have to roll this one back because we're going to give him another shot. He just was having, a little bit of hard luck. I pay for the month and then say, I'll be in Scotland for 2.5 weeks. So just text me when you've cut the grass. I don't hear from him. So of course I asked my husband, has the grass been cut? Of course I have already checked my camera footage and know that he's not been here. So Don sends me a bunch of pictures of the grass and it's really tall. So I reach out to the lawn guy. Hey man, did you cut the grass last week? Oh yeah, we cut it. It looked great. I put it on my Facebook stories and everything. I'm like, stories, huh? Yeah.
Because they disappear.
So not on your page where I can go see my grass. Well, yeah, no, I just use stories. I'm like, right, because they're gone after 24 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been more than 24 hours since you say you cut the grass, so I have no way of validating what you're saying to me. All I can do is look at my video footage.
He's like, oh.
To which he
Ratchet.
says, I don't know that video, I don't know that those cameras go far enough to catch us. And I'm like, buddy,
To catch us. He speaks like a criminal.
right. I'm like, buddy, you get it right next to the house.
That's so funny.
My front camera goes all the way out to the street. All you got to do
camera
is...
goes off every time my lawn people are here.
You should have
Listen.
told him also my husband's been home and hasn't seen you.
right.
Really.
And
Freaking
so
baby.
he's like, no, I'm standing firm. I cut that grass and I'll be there. This was like on Tuesday.
Would
and
you
he goes,
care to offer proof?
all right. This was on his
take a picture
Facebook
right
story
now.
was his proof. So he said
Yeah,
he cut
no,
it on...
it's not because
Right.
it doesn't exist.
He said he cut it on Thursday. We're texting on... I'm in Scotland now. And we're texting on Tuesday. And he says, oh, I cut it. I stand firm that I cut it. Just like I'll be there this Thursday, just like I am every Thursday. And I'm like, okay, we're going to call this one a draw, right? My cameras say something different. You really have no proof. I have photos of tall grass. My husband says you haven't been there, but
Sure,
I'm
we'll
go-
take your version.
I'm going to say I believe you, okay?
You're far too generous.
He doesn't know that I got home Thursday morning. He didn't know when I was coming home. Did not come all day Thursday and cut the grass. Did not come all day on Friday and cut the grass. So Friday at 7 p.m. on an iPhone, you can do a reply to a previous
Mm-hmm.
comment.
Mhm.
So where he said, I'll be there on Thursday and give it a cut. I'll have it looking tip top for you. I replied back to that and I went, hey, what happened? Not only did the grass not get cut on Thursday, I now know it didn't get cut last Thursday either. Then I send that text. I'm in the process of sending a longer thought of, listen, I'm a fair person, I'm pretty easygoing. I understand you have a lot going on in your life. I'm not trying to, add to your plate, but I'm not getting what I paid for. And that's kind of disheartening to me. My last words are, how are we going to correct this? I wasn't looking to fire the guy. Just make it right? He pops right in the middle. You know what? I got T-boned. So I'll refund your money and you can shop someplace else for lawn care. And I'm like,
Okay. Good luck with that.
Okay. Your kid was sick. Your truck's engine blew. You popped a tire. You got T-boned. So
he must be the most
unlucky, right?
So wait a minute.
For his truck to not only blow an engine that cost you thousands of dollars,
right,
but then get T-boned the next week.
Right.
So you know what I'm thinking about? You guys remember that 70s show? Do you remember? So Red got laid off from his job and he was out of work for a while, and then the big Price Mart store opened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Eric gets a job as a stock boy, and Red goes in and becomes the manager.
Oh, yeah.
So then there's this stupid guy that works for him, and he's always late, and he keeps coming in. He's like, "Why are you always late?" He goes, my dog, it was sick, and when I got up, and he ran away, and so he goes, that must be the dumbest dog in the whole world, because like something's wrong with that dog all the time.
All the time, right?
That's exactly what this guy sounds like. He's like, well, I got hit.
Yeah.
I got, my engine went out. My trailer tire went out.
But listen, Hayden, you be proud of me. Instead of me saying, wow, you always got an excuse, don't you? I said, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, I think that we should shop for other lawn care. You obviously have a lot going on. I would appreciate a refund. I was really nice, right? That was on Friday. Today's Monday. Do I have my refund? Do I have my refund? No.
No, of course not.
So now I'm gauging, how long do I wait before I go, where's my refund?
How do you run a business this way? Okay. And I get it if it's like one client, whatever, that you continuously stiff. I don't know. But how is it that
I'm
you
the
run
one
an
client that
effective
continuously
business?
gets stiffed.
And well, this is my point, right? Because you're probably the most dependable as far as when it comes to pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like typically people who run their own business find it difficult to track down their money.
I don't.
In this case, you're finding it difficult to actually get the service that you've prepaid for. Like, how does that make any sense?
Right.
I don't understand.
I'm playing a game this year. It's called How Many Times Can Mom Go to Small Claims Court?
I was thinking about that, actually.
Well, because the last time I went, when I fired a client and then she wouldn't pay, I won. But here's the thing. So I found this dude on social media, right? And
there's your first issue.
Well, you know how like most cities have like a friends of whatever your city is or what's happening in there. And you go in there, hey, who do you recommend for lawn care? Hey, who do you recommend where I get my nails done or whatever? And so this guy gets recommended a lot in the group, which is why I reached out to him. So I tomorrow about 5:00, I'll be dropping a text that says, hey, listen, not only am I going to lodge a complaint with your pay processor to get my money back, I'm about to go on social media and post our text threads. So you might want to refund my money, fucker.
It's blackmail.
He'll probably get a fuck.
Coercion.
So
Coercion.
No, it's mine. You owe it to me.
Right.
Give it back. Okay, so
That's
I
fair.
hijacked for another 10 minutes. I'm sorry. Sorry, my back itches.
I didn't even
Scratch your
notice.
back. I was going to say scratch your back.
Yeah, my back itches. Sorry.
Yeah, what do we have? Would this be number 3 for small claims?
At least number 2.
Right. I have no problem taking your butt to court. Do what you're supposed to do. I'll pay the $175 to take you to court because then when I win, they make you give me the $175 back.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Do the right thing.
Literally.
Do the right thing.
I don't know why it's so
not
difficult.
that hard. It's
the
not
service
hard.
industry is the same way, okay?
Right.
We made the mistake of getting Taco Bell for dinner one night.
And they wanted you to tip. Hey, just this one
yeah,
question
dude.
before you pay.
Okay, but now that the one big beautiful bill has gone through that has no tax on tips, do you know how many people are going to transfer their income over to tips now? It's going to be insane.
Dude, we have been in like a discussion about this because, you know, Shine streamed on Twitch.
Dude,
Is that not tips?
They didn't think about Twitch streamers, I'm telling you.
Like,
Well,
okay,
here's
I
the
get
thing.
like sponsorships and ads, not tips, but
Well, and
maybe
subscriptions and all that stuff.
yeah, maybe not subs, but like bits.
They're gonna
Tips.
I assure you,
Donations?
the federal government will not lose out. They're gonna find a way
They'll figure it out.
to figure that. Yeah.
Right, because I decided that I was going to shift my whole business model from a fee for services to here is your recommended tip.
Yeah. A donation for free services.
I'm happy to help you for a tip. But y'all know my motto on that is if I order standing up and have to, you know, collect my food from you, I'm not tipping you. You're getting paid to do a job. If I'm in a drive-through, I'm not tipping you.
That's like when I go through the Starbucks drive-through and they hold it out on that stick at you, and you're just like, "What are you?
Yeah, don't touch
Get it
me
out of my
peasant.
car, first
Right.
of all."
Right, because you're not getting paid. I don't know what service workers get paid anymore. I know way back when it was like $2.55 an hour, and they depended
Florida's
upon tips.
15.
They depended upon what?
Florida's 15 minimum.
Right, but what I'm saying is service workers don't make a minimum. They make less than the minimum, and then they depend upon their tips to get them to
I was
minimum
about to say,
or
you mean like
beyond.
a tipped worker.
Yeah. So I don't know what their hourly rate is anymore, but I can promise you the people who work at Starbucks or the Taco Bell drive-thru or the Dunkin' Donuts or the Popeyes fried chicken or the deli counter that I walk up to and order a sandwich are getting minimum wage,
$10.98.
$10.98. So they have to make up $4.02 in tips to hit the minimum wage mark.
So all of that
The
reminds me
current-
of
the
a
current minimum is 14 until next year.
Okay.
all of that reminds me of a Bill Burr joke where he's like ordering a sandwich and he's like, "Oh, I'd like mayo on the sandwich." And he goes, "Mayo's like right over there." And he goes, "Well, why don't you go over there and put it on my sandwich?" Like, I paid you for 100% of the sandwich. You do 100% of the work. It's not difficult.
Yep.
But going back to the Taco Bell thing, since
Oh, yeah,
can't
sorry,
seem
I
to
hijacked
not get
again.
interrupted this episode.
I had a lot to bitch about. I told y'all that when we
So,
sat down.
We made the mistake of eating at Taco Bell in the first place, and
Yummy.
I'll tell you something. Hot take: their chicken nuggets are actually good.
They're fucking fire, bro.
They're awesome.
Taco Bell has chicken
Dude,
nuggets.
Yes,
And they're packed
They're
full
good.
of protein.
they're so
There's like
good.
70 grams of protein in one order of nuggets.
Oh my god,
I
I'm gonna
don't-
have to
yeah.
try that because the only thing I get from Taco Bell is a bean burrito, and I like.
Well, and
tear
they
off
say
most of
it's
the
like
burrito
nacho
part.
crust or something. I don't know what the hell that means, but
it's delicious.
it's good chicken. Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's the best nugget.
So I ordered the chicken nugget combo thing, and then like an extra taco, and Ariel gets the throwback box, whatever they call those, the Lux box or whatever. Well, so ahead of time, we make the order on the app. Streamline, okay? We'll give it 10 minutes, then I'll leave, go pick it up, easy peasy. So they hand you out the bag, and if you've ever been to Taco Bell, you know that they make there's zero ability to tell what is anything. Because it's all just wrapped in nonsense, and it all looks the same, and who cares? So
I'm
when...
not in there.
So when I open up this bag and look in, I go, well, it looks like everything's there. I get home. This is on me. They didn't give me Ariel's drink. Okay? That's my fault for not noticing, because that's easy. They didn't give Ariel's entire entree. They didn't give my entire entree. And
What
they've
did you
given
get?
us they've given us all the like subsequent stuff, like all the soft tacos and the like the enchilada or whatever. They've given us all that stuff, but we have not gotten our entrees. And so I was just gonna hang
You
it
got
up.
all
with the
your
drink.
accoutrements, but no dinner.
I was just gonna hang it up with the drink. I'm like, you know what? You got Cokes here. Don't worry about it. Like, you can live without your Mountain Dew or whatever. So when I realized our actual meals are not in there, I'm like, okay, now we gotta go sort this out. Luckily, we only live like 2 minutes from the Taco Bell, so I just drove back up. But I was annoyed by it, okay, as I should be. And I made a Facebook post about this after the fact. So I walk in there and I go, look, stuff is just thrown in here haphazardly. Okay, we got nachos and cheese. Somebody took the bag of nachos and just went like this into the bag and dropped it. Like chips were all over the bottom of the bag and just broken and stuff. So I'm showing these people. I'm like, look at this. Like, this is insane. And so he goes, okay. So he goes under the counter and he pulls up like this and he goes, here's another bag. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Your solution to all that I've just explained to you is a fresh bag. Not the issue, okay?
Bitch, I want my food.
He goes, what you missing? And so I explained, I think it's this, I think it's that, because I don't know. Like, I told him, like, Ariel didn't get her box, and I didn't get my chicken, whatever. And because, again, you can never tell what anything is. I don't know what I actually do have versus what I don't.
Right, because it all looks the same.
Right, and so I explained all this to him, and he goes, all right, so you need, and he's like, so you need blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, sounds right, okay? So he walks to the back, and he disappears. The woman...
Right?
I had to, like, not
Was her
give
name Jennifer?
I had to not give her a descriptor, okay? Because I could have said a number of XYZ woman, right? But I just said the woman, okay? The woman, okay? All right, so the woman at the window who handed out the food, like, okay, again, I've ordered ahead and all this, okay? And we confirmed at the speaker, everything on the screen looked right. Sure. All good. So she hands out the bag, okay? And then when I come back, she's standing outside and watched me walk back in. She knows who I am. I was there 2 minutes ago. It's not a busy place, okay? So I walk inside, and I'm telling somebody unrelated to my issue as far as I know about all of this. She walks back in, and she goes, what you need? And I'm like, I just explained... I just explained to Jorge or whoever what my issue is. Okay, and she goes, so you missing stuff? And I said, mm-hmm. And so I explained to her, okay, I'm missing this, that, and the other, whatever. And she goes, you had all night water? I'm like, mm-hmm. And she goes, what's your name? And so I told her my name. She goes, oh, Jay, yeah, I remember. I'm like,
no shit, it's been like 5 minutes.
Never mind. The kid's already been back there working for like 5 or 10 minutes on getting the new stuff. And she really adds nothing to the conversation. And I got really like fed up with all this because if you ask me, okay, and you can say this is too much or whatever, but not to me. When you make an order or whatever, especially if you like do ahead of time on the app, it should streamline things if you ask me. I know, like, those can stack up and it gets busy, whatever. I understand mistakes happen. But when an issue like this occurs and you're missing stuff, if I have to come back and, like, get all this stuff... Okay, you giving me what I paid for and whatnot from the very beginning is not making it right. Because I've been further inconvenienced. I spent more gas to come back up here to get the things that you already knew I needed, okay? You just giving me what I'm missing is not making it right. You're just doing what you should have done in the first place, okay? To make it right, like, let me, like, comp one of your items, or let me, like, remake all of your order, or something, okay? I don't need that, but at least offer it, okay? Because that's what it means to make it right. It doesn't mean you just do what you should have done from the very beginning. That's my opinion.
Okay, so now I get you. So I was about to say, wow, how did I miss that Facebook post? But I didn't. I did see that Facebook post, and I couldn't really decipher. Obviously, I wasn't paying 100% attention either. I didn't try to read around it and through the comments and stuff. I'm like...
Context. Yeah, because I try not to be too specific
like,
on Facebook.
Is he being sarcastic? Or did some shit happen?
No, it's legitimate. Like, to make it right doesn't mean I'm just going to do what I didn't do in the first place.
So... And this is why I struggled with your post, like, is he being sarcastic or not? Because I feel like making it right is just making it right. Give me what I paid for. Just make it right.
That should have happened in the first place.
Right, it should have, but sometimes things happen, right? And so then just make it right. But if it's egregious or repeated, Now that's not enough to
Okay.
make it right. You need to go an extra step.
That's the
to-
key word, repeated.
Right. So you need to go an extra step. But I am of the mindset, like, I don't express my concerns or my I'm trying to find an eloquent word, but I'll just say I don't really bitch and complain to get something for free.
I don't
Like,
either.
If I speak up and say something, it's because I legitimately think this is a screwed up situation. So then when someone says, "Oh, well, let me make that right for you," and they put it the way it should be, okay, great, thank you, I appreciate that. But then when they go and let me buy your drinks for you, or let me send over dessert, I usually will say,
No,
that's
thanks.
not
That's not what this is
necessary.
about. I would
Right.
do the same thing.
Yeah, that's not necessary. But that to me is the difference between just doing the bare minimum or going above and beyond to try to make someone's experience
So
whole.
I feel like, as somebody who has worked at that end of, fast
Right.
food shit
Right.
and in actual restaurants, I feel like it all depends on where you're at. I feel like if you go to
Everything's
Taco Bell,
nuanced, for sure.
If you go to Taco Bell and they forgot half your food, I don't expect these minimum wage workers to give a fuck
Right.
at all.
Because they don't.
I don't
About-
expect it either, but it should be the norm.
Yes,
about
it
what's
should
supposed
be.
to come. But if I come in, I'm like, hey, make this right. Give me what I'm owed. I paid for it, right? Okay, here's everything. I don't expect to go in there and be like, oh yeah, that's my bad. Here, we'll just make this whole order for you, or the entrees of the orders free, whatever. I don't expect that out of a place that I paid $15 for 900 fucking tacos at, right?
You can't get anything for $15 anymore.
I know,
No,
but
not even at Taco Bell.
But if I were to go to an actual sit down,
I get you.
Yeah. It's not a nice place, but I were to go to Chili's or Applebee's, and they brought out a steak or a burger that I wanted medium rare, and it came out as a fucking hockey puck, I'd be like, what the hell's going on here, right?
Yeah, let's fix this.
Right. One, fix it. Now I have to wait an extra 10 minutes to eat while the rest of my party is eating without me. It should be free.
Okay, so I hear you on that, and again, I agree with Mom. It's not even about getting the extra; it's about you being willing. Okay, This is not me being entitled, like I need extra stuff because you made a mistake. Mistakes happen plenty. I don't have any problem with that. Key is if you just show remorse or a give a damn at all.
Give a damn at
if
all.
you just care whatsoever, no problem. Hey, things happen. I work in the service industry, whatever. It's fine.
Get it.
People don't do that anymore for the most part.
Mm-mm.
Like 1 out of every 12 interactions will somebody be genuinely concerned that a mistake was made, because people just really don't take their job seriously much anymore. It feels like they're just I don't want to even be doing what I'm doing, so I don't care about what your problem is. It's but you are doing it, and it's okay to hate your job. Strive to get a different one, okay? And I'm not saying it's just that easy. But at the same time, you are currently doing this. Try to be good at it.
But
okay? Nobody's going to want to hire you to do something even more so if you're not even doing this effectively, right? Even the Bible says, if I can trust you with little, I can trust you with much.
Lot.
Okay,
right?
It's a respect thing for one. It's paying your dues. It's whatever. It should be the standard. It just should.
Well, yes, and that's. And maybe that's just the rip I have been on for the last few weeks, is just give a shit at all. Just the tiniest, just as they say in Scotland, just give a wee fuck. Just give a wee fuck.
That's good.
If you just give a wee fuck, everything is fine. I mean, but if you give no fuck, then I have issues. But Hayden, sorry. Okay, moving on. Hayden, you said that about a medium rare hamburger. Let me tell you something. We ate at Tom McAllister's Grill, which is Tom McAllister is some big golfer thing in the history of St. Andrews. And so the clubhouse there at the old course, the grill in there is named after Tom McAllister. 100% the greatest hamburger I have ever freaking had. First of all of Scotland's cattle, listen, all of Scotland's cattle is grass-fed. None of it is like manufactured, whatever. Okay.
Because it just lives out
But
there.
it's a tiny country too, so you don't have to ship it cross
Right,
country.
right. And so it's fresh. It's like they ground it up that morning and sent it over there, right? So it was like so dense and just, oh God. And it was like the perfect, like the outside was like, I don't know what other word to use other than crusty.
Like
Maillard.
seared.
And then it just
Maillard.
goes.
It's called Maillard.
Oh, okay. And then it just progressively gets like it goes from that to light pink to
Soft, yeah.
other pink to other. So then there's just like a little line of red right in the middle. God, it was amazing.
That sounds kind of like the burger I had in Hawaii. It was the best.
Oh man! And if you're a French fry person, you definitely want to live in Scotland. Although they call them chips, but they serve chips with everything. You want scrambled eggs and a side of chips,
and
lasagna,
chips,
side of chips,
and chips are crisps.
crisp or potato chips. Yes, but everything you order, I kid you not, scrambled eggs
Cookies or
comes
biscuits.
with a side of fries,
Or
lasagna,
beans.
side of fries, salad,
Yeah.
side of fries,
It's an English
lentil
breakfast
soup,
with
side of
beans.
fries.
Dude, my wife, she made herself breakfast the other day and then had a little ramekin of just baked beans. And I'm like,
That's
are you
English.
British now?
That's English. Very English.
But it was like, the what's the called with the dog? Bushes. It was just
Roll
one
that
of those
big,
little
beautiful
cans of
bean
Bush's
shape.
beans.
With the dog. Mom, do you know what a flat is?
It's an apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I made baked beans yesterday. They were the bomb because they had hot honey in them.
Dude, Hidden Valley has a hot honey ranch.
You said that.
It's spicy though, and I know you're not like super
I
big
like
into
spicy.
spice.
My husband doesn't.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
you guys want to finish these last bit of 1,000 hours that I have?
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
Let's
yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
So we've now put 1,000 hours at the tail end of the episode so that only the real ones can hear it. Only the ones that stick through the episode can get it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had a lot to bitch about
It's okay.
because the people in Scotland are so nice. So you just can't bitch while you're in Scotland.
So they're immune to it. All right. So if you guys want to pitch in, remember they're on Discord under the bonus content.
Okay, hold on.
I'll read the first one while you guys figure that out. All right. So
I
I
opened the wrong thing.
I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of Undercover Boss,
Nice.
and then asked it to write an episode. Exterior factory. The boss stands outside of the factory. He is not undercover.
No, he's outside.
My name is Cinnabon Hooters, and I'm the king of Twizzlers. I'm sick of my workers knowing me. The boss adds extra eyebrows. He is now undercover.
Oh my god.
Interior Twizzler factory. We see a conveyor belt full of hot Twizzler meat. Female, an employee lady, shoves the meat into bags. The undercover boss watches. Nobody knows he's actually himself. How long have you haunted this factory? 56 years.
56.
I have 8 children, 4 boys, and 4 boys, all girls.
Talk about. Yeah, just gonna leave that
Boss. Me too. I'm just like you, worker. The boss touches some of the Twizzler meat with his face, but it's too hot. His extra eyebrows melt off. Female. You are the big man. Everyone at the factory turns and looks at the man. Female is right. He is big. Everyone. You have much to explain. Boss. From now on, this factory will be safer. No more pain. No more bugs with knives.
there. Oh my gosh.
No more lunch deaths.
Those were getting really out of hand. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Everyone claps. Lunch deaths have been getting bad. Boss continued, with the face melting, capitalism will heal me and us all.
Yeah, I hate when those lunch desks get out of control like that.
They're just out of control.
Oh my gosh. All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
Interior, the barn, or the prison, or whatever, it doesn't matter.
That's true. It doesn't.
Carl, being a whiny bitch as usual, sits complaining. Carl, I'm mad that there's zombies. It's like, ugh. Rick, Carl, this world sucks for all of us, not just for you. Carl,
Fair.
yeah, but especially me because I'm a blah, 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 blah.
That's literally what it says.
Literally.
Carl's whining turns into the sound of adults talking in Peanuts
Wah,
cartoons.
wah, 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 wah.
A zombie enters. Rick speaks intentionally soft so Carl can't hear. Rick, oh no, Carl, behind you. Carl, what? I can't hear you because I'm too busy complaining. As I was saying, my life sucks because... The zombie bites Carl so hard. He bites his neck, and then he bites his leg, and then he bites his stupid fucking face. He bites him everywhere. Other zombies see what's happening, and they bite Carl too. Carl continued, Dad, help me. Rick, you know what, son? I'm actually going to sit this one out.
Oh my god.
Lightning strikes right on Carl's fat head, splitting his cowboy hat in two. Carl, my cowboy hat.
My cowboy hat.
Rick, don't worry, son. You actually don't need it since you're not a cowboy.
Dude, that is the type of justice Carl deserves.
Listen, and how savage is this? You know what, son? I'm actually going to sit this one out.
Dude, okay, Chandler Riggs did a good job in that role because you hated Carl and then you loved Carl.
Right.
So, like, Chandler Riggs did a good job. But I hated Carl after the prison, dude. He was the worst.
Oh my
He
god.
was whining. But see, but I knew he was in trouble when it says Rick speaks intentionally soft so Carl can't hear him.
Oh no, Carl. Watch out.
The zombie bites Carl
Oh my
so
God.
hard. He
So
bites his
hard.
neck,
So hard.
then his leg, and then his stupid fucking face.
You don't need your hat. You're not really
You're not a cowboy. Yeah. All right. My turn. I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of lawyer commercials.
Ooh, the Alabama Hammer.
Hi, I'm Dan Newland. Interior,
Commercials.
law firm room. A lawyer stands next to a shelf with books. The books are very wide. They have eaten too many words. Lawyer. Have you been hurt in an accidental car? Has the government sold your lungs without asking nicely?
Yeah, plenty times.
Are you mesothelioma? Answer me.
Answer me, damn it.
The lawyer opens a briefcase. It's full of lemons, the justice fruit only lawyers may touch. A lawyer. If so, you can act entitled for money. I'll help. I graduated from law school and all my teachers were bitten by dogs.
What does that matter? What?
Words scroll across the bottom of the screen. These are the cases the lawyer takes. Unfair stabbing, illegal shoes, music too Canadian, sue the rain, divorce your toilet, fake sons,
Sue the rain.
Divorce your toilet?
illegal shoes?
Music too Canadian
Lawyer.
is a legitimate concern, though.
Yeah, lawyer continued. I have been a lawyer for over 35 weekends and I'm currently dating the Bill of Rights for fun.
Okay.
We see the Bill of Rights. It's in love. The lawyer will break its heart. There's nothing we can do. Lawyer
Became a
continues.
soap opera.
Let me use it. Let me use it to send your asbestos to court. I will wear 2 suits and I promise to steal the judge's gavel for you. The lawyer opens the jacket of his first suit. Millions of gavels pour out. He promises his promise was his promise has worth. Lawyer. My clients never go to jail town. We see his past clients. A tornado, a tornado, a tornado. Lawyer. Remember, you don't pay any money unless you pay us money. Call for the free use of phone. The phone digits appear. Your local social security number.
It's your social security number.
It's your social security number.
Oh my god.
This man's been a lawyer for 35 weekends and he's only ever represented 3
weekends.
tornadoes.
And he's dating the Bill of Rights for fun.
Remember,
Right.
you don't
You
pay
know.
any money unless you pay us money.
And he has a bag full of lemons. What more
That's
could
incredible. You put some respect on his briefcase.
you want? Do it.
Oh, Mom, you're going to end up with a good one. Okay, so this one is for horror movies. Exterior, house that wears a hockey mask. An old man cuts the grass by stabbing it with an axe. Four
Sounds
Four
reasonable.
teens arrive in a car that runs on sex.
Again, sounds reasonable.
They exit. They exit car. It is spring break. Time for team to guzzle fluids and die off. Oh
a
my
horror movie.
God.
It is a horror movie.
Alrighty. Woo. Teen 1. Old man, you do not belong. We rent this house for week of young times. Old man, I am caretaker. I care. Do not stay in my house. Or I'm sorry, do not stay in house. Kitchen is a monster. Witch is basement. Beds are ghosts. Sink hates priests. TV is a book.
Sure.
Teen 2. Get buried. You are a waste of age.
Get buried.
Bro!
You're a waste of age.
Bro, Teen 2 is the state jerk. His college major is vodka law.
Nice.
Teen 3. Maybe we leave? This place gives me the creeps. Teen 4. Stop acting chicken. Your virginity is making you a bird, as usual. What the hell does that mean?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. The house door swings open. A little girl comes out, orphanly. Alright.
Okay.
Teen 2. Your sobriety is not appreciated. Teen 2 throws a can of gin at the little girl. The little girl turns into Texas Chainsaw, but it is still an orphan. Texas
Alright.
Chainsaw. Die, y'all! Houston, Dallas. Teen 3 makes a scream. Teen 4 makes a scream too. The Texas Chainsaw cuts off Teen 2's body. His blood says hi to all. Teen 1. No! Teen 2 needs a body to drink. Teen 3 calls 911, but a Frankenstein answers and is upset. Old man, run into the car. Go. I end this. Teen 1 and Teen 3 run into the house. Teen 4 runs into Chainsaw. Old man continued. That is not the car.
Oh my god.
That like sums up every single
It
horror
really
movie
does.
ever.
Die, y'all. Dallas, Houston.
Dallas Houston.
I don't know what this is.
Queer Eye.
Oh, it's a TV show.
I don't
Queer
know.
Eye for the straight guy.
Okay. I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of Queer Eye.
1,000 hours.
Airs.
1,000 hours.
That's how they say it in
Sorry.
Alabama. Airs.
That's how they say it in Scotland too. 1,000 hours.
Sorry. Exterior. Atlanta. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
The Fabbed Five.
Fabbed.
Five. Shut up. The Fab. I can't speak. The Fabbed Five sit in a truck that has good self-esteem. Tan, CEO of shirts, sees who will make him cry tears today. Tan. We go to Grilly's home to help. He is 44 years old. He works at a cargo pants. He's dating Arby's.
Nice.
Bobby, builder of every structure on Earth, thinks of lumber.
All right.
Bobby. Nothing 5 hammers cannot fix.
Right. He's
The
Bob
truck-
the Builder.
Right? The truck spits them all out at Grilly's home. Grilly's home is a giant bottle of Mountain Dew drink.
Oh.
Grilly sits in a swimming hole of unbrushed teeth, happily unhappy.
All right.
Tan. Teeth King. Are you a Grilly? Grilly. Yes. Sorry for the mess, that is I. Jonathan, bride of grooming, fries his shampoo ray at Grilly.
Oof.
What?
Fires his shampoo right. Okay.
Jonathan, bride of grooming. Don't like that a lot.
You have to know the show. It's like the
You're
characters from the show.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Jonathan. Sorry not, doll. I want you soaping daily. That is a skincare poutine.
Poutine.
Grilly. Lather my exterior? A viable idea.
Fair.
Groceries professor Anthony sees no guacamole. He's worried.
Yeah.
Anthony. What do you place in your stomach? Grilly points at a suitcase. Anthony opens it. Apathetic maple syrup pours out. Anthony screams until Bobby builds a dam. Anthony continued. I will show you how to bake a lime. Grilly. Thank you, anchovy. Dude, I'm like high as shit or something. I don't know what is going on.
Right.
Anchovy.
I feel like we took a handful of mushrooms. Like what?
Right.
Grilly gets out of the teeth hole. Caramo, cultured daddy, takes off one of his mini jackets and gives to Grilly. Caramo, open your heart's man cave, caveman.
Open your heart's man cave, caveman. I love that.
Bobby has built Grilly 5 new mansions from reclaimed sand.
All right.
Nice.
Lovely.
I don't know what the hell this show is, but I need to watch it now.
Yes, it's about a bunch of queer guys in advertising.
Ugh.
Okay. Oh my God.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna love this. I think Arby's comes up in this, if I'm not mistaken.
It's in a
I
big
need
Arby's.
to move it to this screen so I can.
What?
I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of Trump rallies. Interior, Big Arby's in South Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Why Oklahoma? All right.
President Trump forces himself on a podium.
I don't like
Okay.
how that's phrased.
I was just going to say, I'm a little uncomfortable with that statement.
Ugh.
President Trump, I just had a phone call with the economy. Jobs poured out of the phone. Great jobs, tall jobs, Steve Jobs, all at Kinko's. The crowd cheers. It is full of real Americans. A man with a hard hat, a man with a harder hat, gun that is alive. President Trump continued. The United Snakes is doing so good. All other countries are on fire. All people are on fire. Hot fire, too. Not just us. Our flag is so beautiful.
Hot fire too, not us.
President Trump salutes a flag and says, Arby's food is fine to eat. The crowd
Fine to eat.
The crowd howls. They love this flag of America. President Trump continued, I signed a bill. No more swamp. Swamp is gone. Swamp is Mexico now. It's on fire. A great deal for us. The crowd chants, 4 more swamps! 4 more swamps! President Trump continued. Foreign powers cheat us. Canada steals our milk. China steals our milk. We only had 1 glass of milk left. Obama drank it. That's not fair.
Thanks, Obama.
The crowd boos. They wanted that milk. President Trump. I like President Ronald Rogaine.
Rogaine.
We'll bring back the milk. The crowd roars. They still want that milk. President Trump continued. Wall of milk. No criminals get through. Democrats want criminals to have milk. No way. Milk comes from coal. We'll dig it up. All the words are mispronounced. The crowd cheers. They hate pronunciations. They love milk. They start digging. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
That one was funny.
Jobs poured out of the phone. Great jobs. Tall jobs. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
All the Kinkos.
The United Snakes of America is doing so good. Other countries are on fire. All the people are on fire. Hot fire too. Not us. Our flag is beautiful.
I need Shane Gillis to read this.
Dude.
Nice.
4 more swamps. 4 more
More
swamps.
swamps.
The
4
crowd
more
wants
swamps.
that milk.
They wanted that milk, and Obama drank it.
The last glass.
Speaking of
Dude.
drinking, Topo Chico.
Topo Chico.
Love it.
Topo Chico, Topo Chico, Topo Chico.
I gotta try that stuff.
So really, Blackberry Perrier is my favorite, as you all well know. But I had Topo Chico flying to Scotland. Odd, but anyhow,
Odd.
now it's my fave.
Word.
Just saying.
Well, that was fun.
That was
All
fun.
the 10 minutes it lasted or whatever.
Took like 20 minutes. What you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, we had an hour-long bitch session, and that was
That's right.
That
This
We?
is gonna-
We?
What are we going to title this episode? Bitches and memes or something?
Momma Monkey bitches. Bitches.
I say I feel like one person bitched.
Shut up! You had some complaints. Is that
I
all
had
the
one.
1,000 hours? Are we
Yeah,
done?
we're completely out now. I'll have to source more.
Aw. Dang. Okay. Y'all, I've been shopping on Amazon like a fool.
Me? Fucking toe.
Yeah, we have to. We just spent like $1,000, and Bronco's new kennel was like 250 of those dollars.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't realize that moving, I would spend more money buying more shit for the house that I moved.
Exactly, because you have to
You
fill it up.
always, brother, you got to get used to this. The bigger house you buy, the more stuff you buy to put in it every single time.
Well,
So
but
if I ever like in these episodes right now look like I'm just like spacing the hell out, right? There's a TV here.
Yeah.
That I use as a third monitor.
Yeah, we saw your
because
set as a 7th monitor, really.
It's a third monitor. Well, right. I can do like 700 things on it. This is a 50-inch TV that used to be in my living room.
now you have a new TV.
Brother, I stole an 85-inch frame TV from from Best Buy.
Walked right out the door with it.
You're saying this
Bro,
on a pod like out in the
They brought it to the truck for me. I didn't actually steal it.
Okay.
This fucking TV.
Allegedly. I allegedly stole it.
This TV, brand
Can you
new,
do that face again?
That was interesting,
cost $4,300.
brother.
We paid $1,350 for it. It was on
Still
sale
a lot
from
for a TV.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It was on sale for $24.99, and then it was an open box, so it was marked down again from the sale price.
Solid. How often are
yeah.
you going to be in front of that TV?
Yeah,
A lot.
You have a computer. How often are you going to be in front of that TV? I mean,
dude, we also got a new couch. It's one of those modular couches and everything. The first night we just watched TV and slept on the fucking couch.
Totally fair. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Um,
Well, but that's the thing. You move into a new space, you have
You
like
just want to
you
enjoy
have
all of it.
right. You have new
Right.
needs.
Right.
But the only thing that sucks is it's a frame TV, so like it's meant to go on the wall,
Like a
and
picture
you buy
frame,
the
right?
magnetic frames to go around it. Whoever bought it and returned it didn't put the wall mount back in the box, so now I got to pay $130 for a wall mount off Amazon from Samsung.
Well, considering you stole the TV,
Right,
I
right.
mean, but
So how did that play out? Like they brought it to you, and then what? You went in to pay for? Like how does that happen?
So we went into the store, and we were looking originally for a TCL TV that was like 75 inches because I wanted a big TV for the living room for like football and everything. And it was like a $600, $700 TV that I wanted, but they didn't have it in the store.
Then we just spent twice that on a different TV.
yeah, why not for an extra 10 inches?
Right. Well, hey, I was
That's
trying
America,
That's
I was
okay. We
trying to
did something
stick-
dumb too.
make America great again! Damn it, we
I
need
was trying
bigger
to-
TVs.
to stick to under 1,000 if I could. Shine was like,
Yeah.
just get whatever. Like
That is a
right?
mistake.
That's me.
She
I
will
always
stop doing that.
I say just get whatever
shit.
you want.
No. Here's the thing though. I was like, okay, we can make it to the town center and get this TV. If not, we'll come get it like tomorrow or whatever. Like the sale is going to still be going on. And she found that frame TV over on the floor, like with the open box, and she showed it to me. And I was like,
I
okay,
can hear
what
it
do you
now.
want
Hayden, look, Hayden.
Right.
Hayden.
I was like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to make it to try to make it to the town center? Like, we need to decide now before
And then
they
here's
close.
her answer. Well, I
And
don't
she
know.
goes-
"What do you want to do?"
No, she goes, I want this one. I'm like, all right, box
Done.
the fuck up. I was
You
like,
know what you want? We're doing that. I don't
Right.
care.
we're doing this then.
right.
So
Not
we
even
did-
what I went there for originally, but it's what we left with. And
Right.
I,
So you
Well,
bought
there
an
you go.
extra 10 inches. We bought an extra 12 inches.
but see, this TV does so much more than I thought it would do. Like the TCL TV that I wanted is a smart TV, yeah, and you can stream Netflix and Hulu and all this stuff to it. This TV, I don't even need an Xbox, and I can play Xbox games on it.
Oh, cool. Oh,
I
wait. I
got
think
a-
our TV will do that too. We didn't buy
I
a
got a-
TV though.
I got a 75-inch Samsung Smart TV on
That's what we have.
clearance for $450.
Yeah, mine's
Oh,
a
I think
Samsung
ours
too.
was like 8. But we didn't
Well,
get it.
like the only reason it was that cheap is because it was on clearance because it
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to be in the store. So like we got to get rid of these, and I'm like, I'll take one.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we bought one year for his birthday, but we bought an extra 12 inches, but not TV. We replaced the fan out in the outdoor dining area because it was like this little dinky, like white, saggy blade,
Yeah,
stupid, like 1980. I'm like, no. So we got a big ass fan,
love it.
84 inches. It's
A
got
helicopter.
it's got blade, like, yeah. Yeah, it has a dome light like that, but it has like the skinny, helicopter blades on it. 84 inches, sucker just.
That's awesome.
And so
So-
Don's like, Papa Monkey's like, why won't it go faster? I'm like, because it's huge.
Yeah, if it goes any faster, our house will take off.
Right. But then he's like, but I wanted to go fast. I'm like, no, sit under it. And he's like, oh.
Oh, that's why you live in Florida, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So this room when we moved in was the only room without a fan in it, pretty much, other than like the dining room, kitchen kind of deal. Like the other 2 bedrooms have fans. This one didn't. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit in a room with no fan. That's like hell in
Stupid.
Florida, right? And so this is a $200 fan.
Did you put that up by
from
yourself?
Lowe's. No, my father put it
Oh,
up.
your dad did it? Okay.
they're not that hard. My father-in-law taught me to do it.
I know, but it comes with a remote. It's a smart fan, so
Yeah.
the Amazon whore can
Yeah, that's the way ours is.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa.
and it's got a color changing LED, so I'll never have to change the bulb in it because there's no bulb.
Right. That's the way ours is too. It's got those little tiny things in it. Yeah, it's really cool. Now I want to replace all the fans in the house. Well, because
Naturally.
when we bought this house, I will say the person that was, what happened to Hayden? Oh, he's changed his life.
Yeah, he's just showing off.
When we bought this house, there's a super nice fan in our bedroom and a decent fan in the living room. I just want to take the light kit off of it. But the one in our bedroom, it's got a remote control, but it's got all these fancy, so there's no book to learn how to use the damn thing. And then the one in the front room, I'm like, it's got a remote, but Yeah. So now I just want to replace all the fans so I know how they work.
Yeah, this one has like 6 speeds. I can change the fan direction and then the lights.
It's awesome.
Very cool. I can't wait to come see your house now that you have like unpacked your stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody unpacks their stuff that quickly. That's insane.
I
to be
discovered-
fair, Cheyenne has unpacked a lot of stuff, but our bedroom, disaster.
I will say
The last thing people should see. Yeah.
This room, disaster. Like I literally have everything just pushed in the corner
To the
just
side,
off frame.
right?
Like how you're showing off your golf clubs, though.
But like, look, it's just sitting on a tub of shit that's sitting on an old computer.
Yeah, well, you know, you do what you got to do.
What are old computers for, other than holding up like framed
I'm gonna
jerseys?
try to get that one working again, and I have an extra monitor still, and I'm gonna put it in the garage whenever I get my workbench built because we're gonna get a 3D printer.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? We've been in our house now. What is this? About to be. So we've been in our house 6 months. We were in the garage on Friday night. Yeah, moving some stuff around. There's a box that's never been unpacked.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm thinking to myself, what is in that box? Because I don't feel like I'm missing anything. And I open the box and I'm like, oh my God! You know,
Yeah.
it was like a treasures. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know where all this crap's going to go.
It's amazing how moving. I'm like, oh, I forgot I even had this, man.
Yeah.
Like I could have used this, you know. And then
Proof
I'm like,
positive that you didn't need it.
right. And then I'm like,
Saying.
where the hell is that one thing that I had that I know I had?
Right. That I can't
I
find.
haven't seen it.
Yep. Gotcha. I got you, Ninja.
All right.
Okay, well, now that we have yapped for, oh my gosh, an
Forever.
hour and what? 45
40
minutes?
minutes?
Yeah,
I'm
wow.
gonna put y'all up top and lay down.
This kid.
He's going to be asleep in a minute.
Right.
Okay, so do you guys know what time it is?
Monkey
Monkey Mischief time. Where's Mischief?
He's in a box. You gotta put some respect on Mischief's name.
No kidding. I'm going to have to bring Mischief home.
Dude, when Hayden got up and I could see the Mandalorian and Grogu right there, like the whoop, just played inside my head.
I don't know where he is.
You're fired.
Hold on.
His little tagline, y'all can't see this on the recording, but his little tagline on Riverside is unpacking. Clearly not.
Clearly not. Because he doesn't know where Mischief is. Don't know. Okay. Well, you're going to need to round Mischief up.
Oh, wait.
Mom's supposed to have custody of Mischief anyway.
Right. But Hayden stole him.
Now he gets to live in a dark box all by himself.
He's scared.
What was that?
Mischief.
Right.
Chi-Chi does not know where the monkey is.
Yeah, you had like an epiphany revelation thing, and then like, never mind, I don't know.
And then it wasn't there, so I asked her.
Okay, you're fired.
Mhm.
But if you don't know what we're talking about, that means you don't follow us on social media, and I'm really tired of begging you, so whatever, you just don't know what we're talking about.
You
those of you-
suck.
For those of you that do, the few that actually take the time to trip through or maybe see it in their feed because you've liked and followed the page would have seen. How can you tell the difference between a dog and a tree?
The type of bark.
By their bark.
Oh, that's
Ding, ding,
good,
ding,
dude. That's
ding.
awesome. Solid.
By their
The
bark.
bark. Love
Yes. I feel like my dad jokes are getting stupider, which means I love them even more.
That was a good one. I've never heard that
That
before.
was good. I don't know why I got that so quickly.
Yeah, that
That's
just
the
clicked
first
for
thing
you.
that popped in my head. I've
That was
never heard it
awesome.
before. That was good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Solid.
I came across a resource day before yesterday, and I have about 20 new jokes, so I'm so excited.
Nice.
But
Nice.
in the meantime, if you think that you have a dad joke that is befitting of the monkey Mischief, and Mischief will be back, you can visit us at www.monkeysunfiltered.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page. There is a submission form. And when you submit that joke and we voice it on air, Hayden, what happens?
You get a sticker.
They get a sticker.
Shaka.
Shine your sticker.
Shaka.
Oh, and speaking of stickers, the town of Aberdeen water fountain now has a Monkeys Unfiltered sticker on it in Scotland.
You get a sticker.
I
You
should
guys
take a
want a
picture.
sticker?
Hey, little girl, you want a sticker?
Yeah, sticker.
I like
It's a
stickers.
sticker.
I like stickers.
I can't.
Jason,
They're stickers.
Jason, do you not like this?
Stickers.
It's sticking to my hat.
Jason,
You know why it does that?
Jason, do you not like the little girl voice?
Stop it! Because I have to
Baby.
put hairspray in my hair, and then I put this thing on, and it gets like, yeah, so it's sticking to my hat.
Look, Hayden got a high ponytail. He can go cheerleading. Ready? Okay. Flip his ponytail around.
It's just Ariana Grande,
Oh,
high pony.
okay.
It's actually it's a decent look.
I officially have the longest hair out of this group.
Yeah, it's probably
Whatever.
the first time you've been able to say that.
Yep. I don't know about the other one, but
His is almost his butt.
Really?
Yeah, last
He's
time I
only
saw
done that one other time.
Last time I saw it, it was pretty freaking. I haven't cut it in a long time, so.
Yeah.
But okay.
the last time I had mine
gotta
cut
check
was
up-
at the cabin.
I gotta check
Oh.
up on him. He was reading some Star Wars books at my recommendation.
Oh, was he? He got
audiobooks.
he got a cortisone injection in his hip, and I think he's feeling a little better.
Oh,
So
good.
that'd be
Very good.
So I've had a request
This is the look.
that maybe we can see if we can get this to happen in the coming weeks. But there have been a couple of requests to have Hayden, your dad, and Papa Monkey on a show together.
Together, that we can just log off at that point.
Right. I mean, we can
Yeah,
just
just
log
let
them
them
in
talk.
and be done. Right.
Yeah,
But-
like we get them in, and then we just go do something else for an hour, and then come back.
right. But I have had some requests asking when we were going to have them on together, because I think at one point we alluded to it, and so Papa Monkey's down. We just need to.
All right. So where's the Patreon donation for this request? is
Right.
my
I know.
question.
I know. So Hayden, if you could work that side of the schedule, I'll work this side. Oh my God, you look like a dude from the Red Hot Chili Peppers just now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, who
Okay.
does he look like? Oh, he looks like young Eddie Vedder.
Yeah. Or I could see some Jared Leto in there.
An old man stealing
Stealing
bread
bread.
from the
Oh,
man's
speaking of
digger
concerts, wait a minute.
hands.
Speaking of concerts,
Copyright.
why are
Why not?
is the King of Hearts tour ticket so much?
I don't know. He just feels like he's worth it, I guess.
It's like the way up seats are $100.
When I first started
Here they're
growing
like
my hair out-
45.
Oh, maybe I'm not looking in the right place then. What?
When I first started growing my hair out, my dad said I looked like Matthew every time he looked at me.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll definitely favor, because you have the same favor like around your mouth.
I think Jared Leto's a good call out though.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he used to be like, listen, he started his career as a supermodel.
Sure.
Okay, I'm done with you hookers. I'm hungry.
Well,
I'm not a hooker, but okay.
Are you sure?
I don't get paid for my sexual activity.
Are you
I just
sure?
put shower curtain hooks on all day. Hooker.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Losing the bet. Losing the bet.
Okay,
right.
I love you, monkeys.
Love you
I will
too.
see you next time.
Thanks for listening, homies.
sticker.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
has happened to my light in here?
I
I'm like
don't
orange now or something.